systems and responsibilities unnecessarily. Already the Sharia is enough burden if we carry it along with full discharging our responsibilities towards this most precious burden. So when you add these cultural values to the Islamic values, the result would be that you will be overburdened. And gradually your attention will be shifted from the important things to the lesser important things or unimportant things altogether. So that is why we do not encourage at all celebrations of birthdays. I have never done it with myself. And the greatest argument we put forward is that the greatest man on earth was Hadhrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his birthday was never celebrated. So if God had any value regarding birthdays, he was the man whose birthdays should have been celebrated. It was ignored by his caliphs, his companions, and the many generations after him. So later on, whatever is done in the name of Mawlud Sharif has nothing to do with Islam itself. So when his birthday is not celebrated, who are you and me to celebrate our birthdays? Who are we? I mean, the only one person who was worthy to be remembered on the day of his birth is Hadhrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Jazakumullah.
Now I see so many hands. One after the other. All right, I see a new face in front of Dr. Rashid Ansari. Yes, please. Yes.
I'd like to ask about the...
Would you kindly introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Shawki Ahmed.
Where from?
Shawki Ahmed.
Shawki Ahmed from?
Well, I studied in Manchester, Manchester University. I'd just like to ask about... there are some Muslim countries which believe that they'll achieve strength through military...
Could you kindly speak into the microphone so that your voice is recorded and also it reaches me easily?
I'm a bit nervous here. There are some Muslim countries which believe that they can achieve the spread of Islam or its strength through military or economic power. We know a few which are already doing that.
Which countries are those?
Well, for example, we have Iran, which believes its own form of, or believes that what it preaches is for Islam, so it's its own. Then we have Saudi Arabia, which believes that through its economic power it can influence the rest of the world.
Right. Yes.
Now, what I want to know is, where do we stand in this?
We don't stand on either side.
Yes.
Neither on the side of Saudi Arabia nor on the Iranian side. We do not believe in any coercion whatsoever or any economic instrument to be used for the spread of Islam other than what Islam permits itself. That is mu'allafatul qulub. That is a different thing altogether. But to gain influence in religion by exerting economic pressures or military pressures is completely outside Islam. It has nothing to do with it.
Yes. So it's only through actual.
We don't approve of either.
I see. The second question is on the exact method used for halal. For halal.
Well, halal and haram are very clear. And in between there is no man's land. And as far as the ideal way of halal is concerned, it should be slaughtered according to the custom of Hadhrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam as it has been handed down to us. And it should be done with first taking Allah's name, saying Bismillah Allahu Akbar, and then the animal should be slaughtered in the right manner.
Could you define that?
Well, I can't demonstrate it here.
No, I didn't say demonstrate it. I mean, could you
but you know, I mean, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
How the Muslims do it, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, the essential part of this is not the posture, but the letting of blood.
Yes.
So, the second in preference would be, the second way of slaughtering animal as halal would be to have it slaughtered, if not exactly according to the Muslim way, but in another way, so that the blood is let out, and it is killed with the intention of using it as for human consumption, and Bismillah Allah Akbar is read before that. So some people say that if the animal is stunned before and the blood is let out afterwards, that becomes haram. This is wrong.
I see.
As far as the fundamentals of Islam are concerned, bloodletting and intentional killing for the purpose of human usage, which by saying, and also saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim before that, that is all that is required. Now why I repeat that it is slaughtered for the consumption of human beings, is that I exclude some other slaughters where even blood is let and Bismillah Allah Akbar is mentioned, but the object of killing this animal is for the sake of some saint, in the name of some saint or some imaginary figure, and it is supposed to be a gift to him or whatever it be.
Sacrifice.
So, yes, sacrifice for not for God, but for somebody else. In the name of a dead saint or in the name of an imaginary god or goddess, that is haram. Whatever you do, it will remain haram.
You see, the main issue is that most of the people of this country are...
I'm coming. I'm not yet finished. Now, these are also the haram is declared very clearly and categorically by the Holy Quran. The strangled animal remains haram once and for all. The one which has died a natural death also becomes prohibited haram. The one which has been killed by another animal, although there is not exactly the natural death, but still it remains haram. And any animal which has been slaughtered in somebody else's name other than God, that becomes haram. That is the list of the harams. Now, in between, there are regions which I said belong to the no man's land. They can either be received by the halal people or by the haram eating people. Either by the halal eating people or by the haram. Now, for instance, in England and in European countries, other European countries, they slaughter the animal all right now by letting the blood out, and they slaughter the animal for the human consumption. So these two conditions are fulfilled, but the third is not met with. That is reciting Allah's name before that. So according to the injunctions of Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed, that can be provided later on by a Muslim who comes across such a flesh. What he is advised to do is that before eating such a thing, he should say Bismillah Allah Akbar, and that would become halal. So an animal belonging to no man's land is retrieved by a halal eater. And if somebody doesn't say Allah's name, then that remains haram.
Yes, but then you have it's not been blood-led. It's not been blood-led. You have not let the blood out.
Who has not?
If
the blood is not let out, then it's haram.
Yes.
No amount of Bismillah can make it halal.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I wasn't clear on that. Okay.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Hazur, as a Masih Maud Islam said,
अपना तारफ
Mirza Ahmed.
नजर अहमद कहाँ से आए हैं?
Nigeria से डॉक्टर अमीर साहब का लड़का.
हाँ ठीक है.
As a Masih Maud
you don't speak English in Nigeria?
I speak.
Habitually?
Yes.
So why don't you ask the question in English then?
I'm asking in English.
I'm sorry, I thought you were speaking Urdu. हम नाइजीरिया से आए हैं. In my opinion, it was Urdu.
The Prophet Messiah Islam said that our world is only for 7,000 years. This world of ours is only for 7,000 years.
Who told you that?